You know what I love about Tim Clark? He's just about ready to kick somebody's ass if it don't start on time. And I'm serious. Like, Tim, are you sure you want me out here? We only got 45 seconds.
He's bringing that energy too.
Hey, it is so overlooked how much it's appreciated when it starts on time by everybody here and everybody at home watching.
I can't tell you the amount of derbies that I worked with the announcer for that started late. I'm the one facing the crowd that has to be like, hey, we're going to do a few more minutes here. I used to do Hartford, Pennsylvania with Smash Masters.
Scott with 1 T.
Yeah, and that crowd would boo you right off the stage if they started late.
Well, and as old as you are, Steve, that was probably before cell phones, so at least you weren't getting blown up. Hey, I'm coming in hot today. Scotty Wallace with 1 T, red flag.
Wheel on the track.
There's just solid people everywhere. That's a solid guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'll never forget the first time we ever met Scott. He asked Toby, like, I thought you'd be taller. Like, I thought Toby High was some kind of giant.
Toby gets that a lot.
Some kind of accolade.
14C, no driver's front wheel. Looked like it pulled it right through the center or broke the center out of it, one of the two. How do you feel about those SS wheels, Mark?
I don't care much for a hard wheel, but, you know, I don't want to be a hypocrite. That is, I don't know what kind of wheel it is, but it's one of them chrome steel wheels on the Freedom Ticket ride. I do have to pick and choose, like, when I say the car's built just like I'd run it, you know, there's a lot of good people that donate a lot of good stuff.
Right.
I didn't always run stamped stock wheels because that it was always the right thing to do, but it's what I had, and you know, and it was effective. Put a center in them, put a valve stem protector on them, and I'd rather that bend a little bit than you know, something else. But there's so much that's changed in today's sport that I don't even know how much that's a factor today.
Sure.
Me and Trent Brown was talking about that last night. There's just so much that's different. It's just like you really got to keep up with it.
Yeah, for sure. And even in what we do here, you got to keep up with it. You know, you got to try to have educated conversations and not.
That's where I start falling off the rails. Christy Germain just said, "Hey, Mark, can you do me a favor?" Probably not, Christy. I'll probably disappoint you. what? You know how many birthdays and shout-outs I've not done because no ill intention, but it's just like that's the last thing that's on my mind. But she wanted to pray, so she's running today, and that was pretty cool. I've never been a part of anything like that, and I'm like, screw it. I did a commencement this weekend, so yeah, let's do that. So
for sure.
We had a little chat before, and hopefully I felt better after it. I hope she did too.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear that.
She said that she's got some kind of deal where if she places top 3 today or something, that Devin's going to build her and Tanya Myers, which Andrew ran last night in the Frank the Tank, and that he's one of the guys that got Mad Dog in that green Newport, I think it was. They're going to do a buddy car or whatever promoter you're running for that calls it. All 9 names of when 2 people get in a car and one has a
Two-man
break
extreme, duo driver, co-pilot.
Knock, knock, knock. McFly, is there anybody in there? Hey, could you guys all get on the same page just for this, just for the buddy heat? Let's call it the same thing.
Some Kansas, they call them cruisers.
Really? I hadn't heard that one, but I've only been to Kansas once.
That's where I first saw a 2-man car, and that was in 2000 or 2001. I went to Wichita for the TNN Intergalactic Crunch-Off 2. And I was in a junkyard, and they had a derby car there, what I thought was a derby car, and it had controls on the passenger side. I said, what is going on here? And they said, oh, this is a cruiser car. And they run on weekends when they do dirt track racing, and they build like a derby car, basically, and they race it around the track, but the passenger does the pedals and the driver steers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bring it back. You heard it here from First Promoters, cruiser class. Somebody picked that up. Meanwhile, they're doing exactly what we just talked about. This is a feature. Just about every car on the track's a rock.
And they're going for it, man. I mean, every shot counts. Nobody's really wasting any effort here. Nice to see the Imperial getting some more seat time today, as opposed to the quick exit yesterday getting put up on the blocks.
I don't remember that, but I thought that, man, that car looks awful fresh.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Is it though?
It better be. It might not be, because he ain't going nowhere. So it might not be worth stopping it for.
He's trying to refire.
I was going to say, I seen some black smoke. He stalled out. That wasted Trey's right front wheel. The point of that Chrysler.
Yeah. Stay away from the blocks. Don't do it again.
He said that block hurt, by the way. He said, remember that hit him?
Yeah.
At the end of the night. He verified that they do not give.
No. Ooh. Precision right there.
Yeah, he got in there.
Didn't do much yet, but it's a cumulative effect sometimes.
It laid over a little bit more when he turned right.
Oh, that got it.
See if that didn't
got
help. Help things out.
It just wobbled real bad. That 94 Imperial there, the Mongol machine. Going to catch himself in a bad spot here. He keeps doing what he's doing. I've seen him go back-to-back with a couple of these low Fords a few times, and it lifts his back tires a little bit. And they're basically catching their rear bumper on his spring shackle or on the clamp.
Okay.
If they were to just bump over that, his tires are in the air and he's free reign to take them wherever you want.
Which car?
The Imperial.
Okay. Sorry, I blacked out. When I think about, and like I was just looking at his Imperial from a side profile, and it just took me back. When I think about Imperials sending it, which that's the first time I've ever said sending it, by the way, so like that's new for me. So I'm navigating through this. I think about Austin Knorr. Do you remember him at Spring X?
Oh yeah.
Year? God bless. He was backed up to one end and just, I mean, the runway would open, and I met his dad for the first time this year, and I told him that story about like it was amazing to watch because they let like everybody was afraid to do something about it, so he just kept backing up and doing it over and over and over his life. That's the first and probably last time I ever wanted to run Imperial.
There you go. I think everybody should try it once. I got once. Well, I ran it 2 nights, but it was one car.
Yeah. I'm sure I'd enjoy it.
Oh no! I saw that coming. Those Imperials are a whole different ball game. Turning radius and all that.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
19.5 feet long, you know?
And there's the downfall.
And there it goes. Oh, man.
I'm literally talking out loud, and I have all I know is to go on the experience that I have.
Yeah.
And this could be the dumbest thing anybody's ever heard that's a Chrysler person, but my thoughts are I'd run a 557 gear. That way I could just stand on it, whip her around, rather than trying to drive it with the front wheels, drive it with the back wheels.
Yeah.
But that's just my thought.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. I think, I'm trying to remember what I had in mine. I think 486 is what I had in mine, but 488 maybe, something like that. It was a 9-inch.
Yeah. Wait for it.
There it is.
Well, that one's got some girth to her.
Oh, man.
Been a long weekend, buddy.
Somebody give him a hand.
And punch the first person you see laughing.
Yeah, for sure. He's working it, man.
Might as well go 3 days in a row with encouraging pure chaos and violence.
Oh, no.
I hope one of them don't eat that spindle. I just talked about that last night.
Yeah. You're going to get Junior in the foot.
Yeah. Junior, they got it. Man, that right there tells the weekend that,
Yeah.
it's day 3. everybody's spent.
For a little bit now, he'll get around a little better without that. But if that lower arm digs in.
Well, it's like flying an airplane. Sometimes, depending on the weight distribution. Sometimes if they stand on it too hard, it'll drop down on that front left corner. So it's like bouncing it with that throttle and getting it to lift, and then when it lifts, yank that controller back and fly.
He's going to make right turns. I think that's the way to do it, because left it wants to dig in.
So we've got Relic next, and then minivans.
Relic next, yeah. Is the Relic next, George?
You don't trust me, Steve.
I didn't look at the list, so.
I've got it tattooed in my brain.
Okay. I believe you.
But I did kind of say that like a question, so I'm sticking up for you now.
Okay.
But I'm confident. Relic, minivans.
Okay.
Then there's the mini cars, and then there's full size, like the mini street stock cars.
Yes.
And then there's full size.
Yep.
And then it's, depending on where it's at in time, I think is advertised that the driver's meeting's at 4:30. So whether we run right into that or whether there's a little intermission, I don't know how they'll do that. I'm always pushing for rolling right into
With
it.
the weather that's coming, I think they better run right into it.
Matter of fact, to your point, with the weather that's coming, everybody shut down. We're running the features right now.
Yeah. Let's get them done. Everybody else can run in the rain.
That would be, those drivers would appreciate that, wouldn't they? Unless they're still working on their car.
Right.
Then they wouldn't appreciate it so much. Yeah, matter of fact, I think they're like working on them a good part of the day.
I'll tell you, that 222 is one to keep an eye on. It's been real impressive.
Trey Nichols.
Yeah. Car is just, it's there. I like the curl on it, the way it's rolled and stopped.
Well, he was pretty disappointed last night that they didn't make the feature. He's out there running with a couple guys maybe he's never run with before like this. He definitely wasn't blaming anybody. He was just like, man, wish it was us out there. But the biggest thing is his dad's with him. And I think I shared a little bit of that last night.
Yeah.
Got to talk to Franny again, his dad. We had some great memories over the years. And I was like, Trey, did it feel good being on the track? Like, who cares what happened? Did it feel good to be out there and doing what you love doing? He was like, absolutely. So if I had to get inside that brain right now, he's just out there having a blast and trying to make it into the feature.
Good perspective.
Well, it definitely made sense to me, and not to sound like a ding-dong, but I don't care. I'm just being real. Whenever I was in that Freedom Ticket right after my mom drove it on the track at Spring Exit, and then all the cars came on and they wasn't supposed to, and so now it's pure chaos out there, and I told her to get out of the car before she hit something and tore the car up. All the fans out there just got pelted. Well, what I'm getting at is when I got in that car and all those feature cars were pulling on the track, it was everything I could do to drive it off the track.
Right.
I was like, sign me up. I'll send refunds on Monday. I promise you, I was like, and Whitaker was pulling through the gate, and I juiced it up on towards his front fender, and he looked at me, and I looked at him like, I don't think I won't.